Hi English students. So, in this video I would like to talk about rubrics. And so a rubric is just a tool that your teacher uses to evaluate your writing. So if you analyze a rubric ahead of your writing process, or if you consult the rubric as you are working on an essay, you can potentially help yourself raise your grade, because the rubric is the expectations that the teacher has for your paper. So for example, things that might show up on a rubric is just how your teacher is going to grade the essay. So obviously you should return to the rubric, look at it, figure out what does my teacher want? What are they asking for? So a lot of times a rubric will be represented in a table, sort of a form. And throughout that table, your teacher may tell you, there's different ways to set up a rubric, but this is one way. So your teacher may tell you the criteria that they have for how you can earn an A, the criteria that they have for how you could earn a B, the criteria and so on for a C, a D, and an F. So in writing things, objectives that we would like you to learn, the outcomes that relate to why you're even taking this class, they will likely appear in a rubric. So your teacher is going to evaluate your writing to make sure that you are meeting the expectations of the class. So things that you might need to focus on in a paper would be your purpose, thesis. And so within a rubric, your teacher potentially will tell you, how do you earn an A? And so on. And so what you can do is use a rubric as a checklist to help you figure out, am I meeting the expectations of this assignment? Other things that your teachers, there's a whole slew of criteria that they can use to objectively grade your papers. Yes, teachers, we want to objectively grade your papers. So other things they might want you to think about in your essays would be things like organization. So, do all points prove thesis? Or do you have a little stray point over here that isn't explicitly connected to the thesis? There's a bunch of different ways that a teacher can use a rubric. So other things they might grade you on are things like revision, things like grammar. But the great thing about a rubric is it's just not an extra piece of paper that a teacher has handed you. It's a tool that you can use to improve your writing. So go through your paper. You could even grade your own paper. You could have someone else grade it. You could give them the rubric and say, hey, could you check out my paper? This is the criteria that my teacher has for this paper that I want to turn in. Well, could you please go through it and let me know, do you think that I have a strong thesis? What could I work on within my paper? And then you can take those suggestions and use them to help you revise. So definitely rubrics are important. If your teacher gives you one for your assignment, that means the teacher has told you, this is how I'm going to grade your paper, and this is how you can earn an A or a B or a C. So it's a tool that you can use, and it's a tool that can help you to improve as a writer. So that's all for right now. Thanks.